Because now the dole dossers, the dressing gowns, the lazy fuckers that are sat at home only doing a couple of hours a week are now going to get fucking sanctioned. Couldn't happen to a better lot. I can't wait for the backlash. I can't wait for the TikToks and the cries of them sat there in their dressing gowns with a bowl of cereal munching away going, how am I going to survive? I've got to work more than 16 hours a week. What a reality check that is. Mate, that is the best news so far this year.
People like this actually exist.
What did he refer to us as?
The lazy people, what is it, dressing gowns? Really. You do realise that a lot of people that work part-time because they physically only can because of disability. And they have to work because they're not disabled enough to claim disability benefits because of how hard that system is. People fight for years to rightfully get the disability benefits that they deserve. They have to take it to court. So in the meantime, they have to do something to get money, hence having to work in some job that is causing them actual physical pain daily. They don't want to, they have no choice because the government drag their feet with everything. The DWP is an absolute sham. PIP system is disgusting. And now, attitudes like yours are the biggest issue in this country. Because all the people that work think that the people that are on benefits are living the luxury life at home, doing nothing. The majority of people that don't work are disabled. So they're lazy, stay at home, eating cereal in their dressing gowns. Yeah, because most of the time they don't have the energy to even get dressed because of their disability. Mate, you are so bigoted. So bigoted. It's such an unhealthy view to have on people. People on benefits that can't work struggle. It's not a luxury life. You don't have money left over to go on massive holidays and stuff. It's just not possible. It only covers the basics. And small luxuries like having a TV subscription of some kind so that you've got something to watch at home. Or for me, my Audible, because I can listen to audiobooks. The whole of the UK that work just do not understand the benefit system at all. People that are working full time have to claim universal credit. You know why? Because the wages aren't big enough and it doesn't even cover the basics. So universal credit is available to every UK citizen, and if they're under a certain limit with the wage, they get top-ups with benefits. A lot of people don't know that. Universal credit was put in place, and people that don't work at all and that aren't disabled, if they do not work or look for work or go on the training courses that they are told to for universal credit payments, they get sanctioned and the money gets taken off them. There is no incentive to stay on benefits as a scrounger when you have nothing wrong with you. There is nothing. Honestly, it's already like that. This just makes it worse because some people that got health conditions can physically only work part-time. And if they're now going to get sanctioned because they're not disabled enough to get disability benefits, therefore they have to work full-time, it's going to push more of them on to a claiming benefits for disability now because they physically can't work any more than that. And if their money gets reduced every time because they cannot work more than 16 hours, seriously, people like you really need to crack a book and actually look up the benefit system and how it works. I worked full-time for 15 years straight for the same company and got made redundant after I put in a grievance against a manager for disability discrimination. I work for myself now, and I only work as and when I physically and mentally can. It's my job. It's me that's in control. So I don't have to worry about letting anybody else down. But if they force me to work full-time, even doing the job that I do at home now, I physically could not do that. I would make myself ill continuously. And as somebody that worked full-time, 35 hours a week, for the same company for 15 years, works my way up the business on £2,400 a month my wage was on, why would I want to leave that to get benefits of £945 to cover a family? My husband and my daughter. My husband's my carer. Do you know what carers get? £300 a month. That's a wage, apparently. according to the government. And that's a full-time job, 24/7. People like you that just don't get it. And the amount of damage and hurt you cause by spreading and saying these hateful and awful things is abhorrent. It truly is abhorrent. And you really need to give your head a wobble. I worked full-time. I never claimed anything until I became too ill to work. The thought of going into a job under a manager literally it makes me terrified. And I'm still waiting for mental health support. And this happened in 2018. I eventually lost my job at the beginning of 2020. Literally, as the COVID hit, I lost my job. And so did 2,000 others, because they moved me into a team away from the manager, and that team's been shut down. So they found a loophole to get rid of the difficult disabled person in the company. And it's a huge international business as well. Very well known. So I think you really need to revisit what you're saying and how harmful it is, because it's a very bold statement to make. People that scrounge and have nothing wrong with them, you know, they don't deserve the money. I get that. I have no argument against that, because that shouldn't be a thing. You can't just not work because you can't be asked. But that statement covers a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people. And you'd not even considered that fact. The fraud rate on disability is 0.3%. Maybe you should read up on the facts before you start spouting this stuff. This rhetoric is just no good for anybody. At all. You need to realise the bigotry that you are spreading. And it's not fair. At all. Stop. Please don't be this ignorant.